Hello, it is Latanya Washington here, your customer journey strategist, the owner of The Customer Culture LLC, as well as your college instructor. But today I wanted to come in and talk to you all because I was asked this question from fellow professionals. And the question was, how do you begin to personalize the customer experience for people that you meet, people that you may have met on the job, and you're really, really looking to stay connected to them? Well, the answer to that is first and foremost, let me share this with you. Everyone goes through what we call the journey, all right? And it starts from the very first moment that they meet you. People automatically perceive you a certain way, or they develop a perception of who you are in their minds. Are you someone that they remember, or someone that, yeah, you know, do they remember you from a positive perspective, or is it a negative perspective? So first things first, you want to understand that they go to that through that level of what we consider to be awareness, their first experience with you. All right. So now, another thing is you have to remember is the more and more they stay connected to you, or they see you, maybe it is on a social media platform, or they meet you at a networking function, or they came in contact with you 3, 4 months ago, and it is something about you that they remember. All right. So now in that, we consider those things to be, if I'm looking to stay connected, I want you all to understand we go through what we consider now touch points. First one was awareness. They remembered you. They perceive you a certain way. The way they remember you is sitting in their mind. The next thing is, what did you do next? All right. So how do I begin to personalize the customer experience with people? You first want to remember to do these things here. Know people by their names. You don't want to go across, especially if you've met them at a networking function and now you wanted to connect with them. Say, I want to connect with you now on LinkedIn. I'm not going to say, hey, you. No, 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 no. Know people's names. Even though you see people's names on LinkedIn, is there a name that they like to go by? Because even though someone's name may be Sarah, maybe Sarah likes to go by the name say. I'm making up stuff. Like for instance, my name is Latanya. Maybe I prefer to go by a more personal level of, hey, Tanya. Okay. I remember because I remember the conversation. We're talking about how do we begin to personalize things. And then even if you may not know that part, you may say, hey, Sarah, it was so good to meet you. Is there a name that you just love to go by? Is it Sarah, or is there something that is more of your nickname? So, because I want to make sure that we stay connected, and I want to make sure that you feel comfortable when I call out your name, Sarah, Sarah. Okay. You see how fun that was? And so, what we begin to do, you all, we begin to personalize our connections. We begin to personalize the experiences. All right. Another thing is, say, for instance, I am meeting people on LinkedIn, or I'm on another platform, could be Instagram, it could be on Facebook, and I'm meeting people because remember, the social media platforms allow you to gain a greater reach. Right? So, say for instance, I'm out here in the streets and I'm promoting something that I do. I have my product, I have my service, but that offer that I have may be meeting the needs of people, different segments of people, or different people that may have different interests. However, my goal here is to make it something that is transforming. It is to be transformational. And so, what I want to begin to do is the content. Remember, content is king. So, the content that I'm putting out here on the platform, maybe this week, the focus is on people who are of a certain age. Remember, I may be offering something, but I have different segments that I can share because I'm looking at not only the age or the demographic of a certain group, I'm also paying attention to their likes. I'm paying attention to their dislikes. I'm looking at all these things. Well, how can I begin to ensure that I provide the content that people might want in these different age groups or in these different segments, okay? Or many times we may call them different cohorts. Well, I can go to platforms like Answer the Public. I can type in my industry and I can find out the questions or the concerns that many people have. I can go to Reddit, Reddit, and find out the pain points that people are experiencing because let me tell you, people will share the negative. All right. I can even go to the different platforms on your social media and just ask a question. What is it that you prefer? What are your main concerns? I can do a poll. I can do different things like that. So now when I'm putting out information, I'm putting out content on my social media platform, I'm focused in directly on those individuals, those groups that are focused or their concerns or their pain points or their desires are that thing. Once again, their desires, their pain points, their situations, the obstacles that they're experiencing are focused in on that one or two things. And my content that I'm sharing is going to help them through the process. See, one thing that we have to remember, especially when we're on our social media platforms, because there's so many people here, you're not going to be able to speak to everyone because everyone's not going to want what it is that you offer. However, how you share it, the tone, the intent, what it's going to do for them is going to pull them in. All right. Remember, if I'm trying to personalize this, what I'm saying to a 20-year-old, a 30-year-old may be completely different the way I speak to a 50 and a 60-year-old, 50 to 60-year-olds. All right. And so in that, I want to make sure that I'm sharing the information that's going to tug on their heartstrings. So that means today I may be talking about this because my focus is on the 20 to 30-year-olds. So if I am speaking to them, remember, I'm utilizing my social media platforms to do what? Market, not just to post. So I want to make sure that I also have something available to that particular group. So in that, I might say something. This is attention 20, 30-year-olds that are focused in on building their bodies. All right. So now what I might do is I will have an opt-in or a squeeze page, whereas they're just simply putting in their information. It could be their email address and their phone number, or just simply their email address. And then what I'm doing is I also have what we consider to be a lead magnet, which is nothing but a freebie that I'm giving to them. That could be a checklist about something. It could be a tutorial about more information. It could be a coupon in regards to them. So in the opt-in page, they're giving me their information and I'm able to send them a freebie. All of this stuff right here now is beginning to happen on the back end. But what I'm also doing is I'm putting a label to it. I'm putting a tag to it. On the back end, I'm able to put certain words. It could be sports. And so I'm putting that tag or that label there. So I'm actually triggering, once again, another word, I'm triggering my emails to begin to nurture the relationship for them. All right. This is how we begin to customize the customer experience. You have to be intentional and you have to make sure, once again, what I'm putting out here needs to be what they need, what it is they desire. Because my job is to serve you. My job is to serve the client. My job is to serve the company. It is to serve the community. It is to serve the consumer. All right. And so that is one thing that we want to be very, very mindful of. I have been gifted to be of service. And what I've been gifted to do, my ability to do what I do, it is to help others to transform or to get past their obstacles or to enjoy their life or to make sure that they are taking good care of themselves and even the mental capacity of everything. And what I'm doing is I'm giving people small wins, not just small wins, but I'm giving them quick wins. They can deal with this, they can get through this right now. Because even in me personalizing the customer experience, you all, in those quick small wins, what am I also doing? They're coming back for more because what else is happening? They're building trust with me. All right. And so I wanted to make sure that I shared that information with you all. That is the way in which we allow ourselves to develop something that is personalized when it comes to the customer experience. Remember, people go through what we call the customer journey. I tell you, if I were to go back to school, I literally, when I was in college, I remember going through a course and it was called cultural anthropology. And it talked about the different cultures and we looked at the behaviors and the way different cultures operate and how we operate as human beings, because that's who we are. When we begin to really get a greater understanding of who we are as human beings and how we operate, because there are reasons why people do what they do. It could be from past experiences, it could be where they are now, it could be a certain age group, it could be so many things that come into play. But in order for us to be able to personalize the experience, what? We need to understand who we're dealing with. All right. I wanted to share that information with you all. Remember, follow me on my YouTube channel at Miss Latanya Washington. Here, I'm always providing tidbits and tips that's going to help you along your journey. Remember, I'm here to serve. So you're able to serve others, whether you have tangible product, whether you have digital product, whatever it is that you're doing in the market. My job is to serve you so you can better serve others. All right. That's it for now, you all. I'm excited about your future. I'm excited about what you have coming up. Stay connected and let's make change the way we're supposed to make change. I serve you, so you serve others, and in turn, those others serve others. All right? I like that. That's a song. All right. Talk to you all soon. Bye bye.